Hey everyone, today we got kind of a fun project. Shouldn't be too difficult. This is a Stanley model H41A, I believe. Yep, H41A. Looks to be like mid-50s. It looks like it's in really good shape. The cord is absolutely shot. Not only is it torn up through the insulation there, it's got a deep cut in it somewhere along here. Yeah, it's pretty deep cut. It goes through the insulation to the metal. So maybe I'll get lucky and all I need to do is figure out how to take it apart and replace the cord and then just clean it up. It's obviously pretty dirty and hasn't been polished in a while, but this looks like it's gonna come out beautiful. So that's our job. I'm budgeting an hour or two at the most, provided how easy it comes apart and how difficult it is to wire it up. So hey, let's get busy. So we can't really test it, so we're going on the idea that it works. It's got an interesting switch. All you gotta do is click it and it'll lock, which is kind of cool. There's two, oh, I thought it was Phillips. Well, this is old. There's 6 flathead screws I think I'm going to need to take out to get it where the cord goes. Let me get some flathead screwdrivers. I suppose it's only fitting that I use a Stanley screwdriver on this. I'm going to take these 2 out first. No particular reason why, since from the looks of this, all have to come out. These are long screws. Separate all this so I know. Oh, okay. So this holds the trigger assembly in place. Before I take all this apart and risk springs going flying and all that, let's take the others apart. See if it wires in. It seems to wire in further up the handle. So let's try that first. I've had experience where putting these things back together so a trigger like this works is actually a little bit of a trick. So if I can wire it up here, I think I'd be better off. All these screws are pretty long. Ah, great. All right, let's get a close up and see what we got to deal with here. Not too bad. So we got, here's the motor wires that go to the brushes. Don't see where the brushes go, but there is an oil point there. I can probably put a little bit of oil in there. And then the cord wires have to be separated and have to come up through here. They have to go around the trigger mechanism. It's going to be kind of interesting. I think I am going to have to take the trigger mechanism apart to wire this thing and kind of do it all at once. So let me get a cord for starters. I'll be back. Okay. Got a cord. Interesting. We've got a 3-prong cord here. See if I can see how this trigger works before I take it all apart. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully no springs or anything go flying when I pop this thing apart. I can feel there's a pretty strong spring on that. Just want to make sure that I can see exactly how it goes back together. Most of this stuff was made to be fixed. These weren't the just buy them and throw them away when they break type of drills. Not in the 1950s anyway. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, I see. The spring, there's a little tab here on the trigger. And this spring just goes right up against that tab. That's cool. That's cool. Also of interest is that the trigger, the black wire of the power cord gets, oh, this is going to be tricky. This is going to be tricky. Okay, so we're going to have very little room here for this. Oh no, wait, is there a wire not tucked in there? I have this piece hiding in here. I'm not sure what it does, but oh yeah, there is. There's a little wire nut hiding in here, or at least a crimp. Okay. Wow, that is a weird design. Okay. So let's plan this out. This old cord. Get our spring. Here's our new cord. It's not quite as heavy. It should be fine. Okay. We are going to have to strip this thing way far back because I need quite a bit for that neutral wire. Gotta be very careful stripping this to make sure we only go through the rubber around it. All right, I'm gonna see if I can find 3 very small wire nuts, and I'll be back. All right. I've had this for about 25 years, this case. These gray ones are pretty small. Will probably work. This is my wire nut collection case that I've been using for 25 years. All right, let's think about how we're going to do this. Because I don't want to lose wire. I kind of need every inch of this. It'd be nice if I could get these crimps off, but I don't think that's going to be a realistic option. So I'm probably going to have to take them out. Let's see, maybe I can get the crimp to loosen up. Okay, that was kind of strange. Don't tell me they're coming back. Alright. Well, one of them's coming back. Okay. Anyway. That's going to be tough. There's not much wire there. Gotta be really careful how tight I clip this. The short wire is black. The green gets grounded in here. White goes up here. Alright, so the green and the black can be pretty short. I'll be generous here. Got a little tiny crimp connector on the green. I'm gonna see if I can find one of those. I do not have any of those really small crimps. I know that. Let's compare sizes of this and this. Yeah, there may be enough room. Here's hoping anyway. See how I'm twisting it? So it's a constant Y. So it's constantly wrapping around itself. Okay, I have to look for a very small wire. This is a really stiff wire. It's hard to strip that thing. screw this up. I don't have enough wire. Oops. Look at that. That's so wild. So that's how the switch works. It just... It's just a toggle switch. I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have thought it was some special switch. Of course, now I have to figure out how it all went back in and went together. Can't be too difficult, right? Something like that, I would guess. Yep, okay. Alright, so... see if I can find a very small crimp, and I'll be right back. Alright, the smallest one I've got is this. The question is, will it be small enough to fit in here? I don't know. It is cramped. Where's the original? The original didn't have the plastic shielding on it. I can probably just cut the plastic shielding off of it. And make a duplicate. Pretty much. All right, green wire. And when crimping, this is a red crimp. Use the red. Alright, good. Got some extra copper here I don't need. Appears that wire nut will fit in there. I may have cut these wires a little bit too long because I do need to tuck this in. But let's just put this in like that. There's my screw. smaller, I guess, than the brass one I was using. There we go. Okay. I did not expect that this would be a step I would be spending a lot of time on, but apparently so. Getting this thing just right in there is a little trickier than I thought. Okay, what I need here is my vise. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is a vise made for a drill press, and it's very, very handy for stuff like this because it does a great job of just holding something flat. And that's all I really needed to do here. Just hold this thing so I can maneuver this while I screw it in. I gotta back it out of this crimp a little bit so I can get it threaded easily. Okay. Once it's threaded in, it's going to be no problem. It's so funny. Okay, Lauren. This back in there, this back up in there, the strain relief up there, this little plastic tube. Don't want to forget that. I don't know what it does, but there was a little plastic tube. Which I guess is a screw guide, probably. Right in there. That's good, that's good. always tough to get back together once they've been taken apart like this. Things just don't want to line up perfectly. You've got too much wire. The wire's not in exactly the right spot. In this case, it seems to be the strain relief holding it apart. Okay, we'll deal with that strain relief later. Looks like I used the wrong screw for that. Nice. Seems like that's the right screw. But we may have a case where we've got several different screws and I didn't notice it. I thought we only had 2 different types, but maybe not. We gotta bounce this apart again. Seem like the right screw for that. So what do we got? We got 2. I think it's got to be right. Make sure our trigger is still correct. One would hope. That's good when they go together the first try and you don't have to do it 5 or 6 times. Trigger works. Yep. All right, so we're down to that. I'm gonna put some oil there. All right. Yeah, let me give it some oil. I'll be right back. Now, overall, I would say it looks pretty clean in there. There's some dust, but really not bad. I'm using 30 weight motor oil for this. Some of this dust out. It's really not bad though. I have a feeling this thing's gonna fire right up. Probably the electricals went bad and they just deemed the thing was too old to repair and so just left it the way it was, which happens to a lot of these. Let's figure out what we want to do with these wires. Is it I always seem to like get these things twisted. All right, can one go under and one over? I don't know. Maybe. So I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want to put these wires. I have 2 screws that have to go there. They can't go in the back of the motor. Might be able to fit right down here. There's no screws that go in there. I wonder if I can try that. Not close. Let's see. Take the easier screws first. our wire is in the way here. That looks like a thunderstorm's on its way in. I'm literally stymied by a wire in the way of this screw. Well, that's not to force it. I gotta back everything back out again. Man, you know why Phillips were invented. Whew, it's pouring out. So we're under the metal roof that we put on, so you're going to hear a lot of noise probably. I'll try to speak up. Okay. Together. Last part of this is actually getting a strain relief in there that didn't want to go in. Alright, anyway, I'll fix that later. Let's test it. If I did it wrong, I expect a nice electrical shock, but I don't believe I did anything wrong. Ooh, you can smell, this motor has not run in a long time. Just that, I can smell it. That is cool. All right. Now comes the cleanup phase, and I gotta fix this. I'll be back. Oh, that tightened it up really well. I think we got it so it's mostly in there. There we go. Yep, okay, there we go. All right. Cleanup phase. Let me put some of this stuff away and I'll be back. Okay, this drill does not appear to be bad enough that I would need to use steel wool and polish on it, so I'm just going to try the Chemical Guys heavy metal polish with a rag. I had great luck with this stuff last time I used it on the Craftsman. So more than I wanted, but that's all right. And when you do this, don't get it on the label. Don't polish the labels, because if you do, you'll very likely take the paint right off of it. Oh, it's turning black right away. This stuff is really great. So we'll do one side and then take a look at it with the heavy polish. This is dirty, little scratches. There's a lot of dirt in here where these screws are. Just grease. Oh, look at how bright that is. That has got a nice shine to it. Wow, look at that. All right, so that's one coat of the heavy. Before, after, it's really nice shine. So let's put a coat of the light on it, on top of it. Just because I've never used the light, because most of the things that I bother to polish, it's very heavy. Hopefully this will clean a little bit of it. Right there. That's a lot of scratches, and they're all black. Alright, that's one coat of heavy and one coat of light. I said it's some stains on it that I'd like to work out. But very, very bright, really, really shiny. You can see yourself in that versus there. So I'd say we are ready to do the other side. I see my strain relief couldn't handle it and came off. I'm somewhat not surprised. Something about the strain relief. I may have to cut back. But it's all right. Let's do side two. This drill would not have been a factory type of drill. This is definitely a consumer grade. The chuck is very small. I think it's a 1/4 inch. This looks close up. Look at how shiny that handle is. So this side has the heavy and the light metal polish, and this just has the heavy. Honestly, there's no difference. So I think the heavy works fine all on its own. All right, so I'm gonna go polish up the chuck. So let's go take care of that. Okay, how I do this is pretty easy. I'm gonna plug the drill in. And then what I do is I just fire the drill up and wire brush away. If I turn the power switch on, it works better. Camera you can't see, I'm stepping around a toolbox that I'm restoring, so it's kind of in the way. All right, and there you have a nice cleaned up chuck. Okay, got the strain relief back in. It's tighter. It's not great, but let's wrap things up. Let's add an aftermarket chuck holder. Yellow, which I guess is now more Stanley's colors. I'm not sure what this one's from, but this is a really small chuck. It's weird how small it is. There we go. We got our chuck holder, got our drill all polished, we got our table. We're done. All right, that's it. It took about an hour, like I thought, you know, and it wasn't bad. All we had to do was take the handle apart, figure out how it went back together, rewire it, which fortunately there was enough room in this drill. I remember the Black & Decker I did, it was a really tough one to reassemble that handle. But fixed the strain relief, and then we polished it up, added an aftermarket chuck holder and a chuck that actually fit this tiny 1/4-inch chuck. And we're good to go. We've taken an old 1950s drill and brought it back. We even oiled it. So hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's a relatively new channel, trying to grow it. That really helps. And if you've got an old drill like this, don't be intimidated. You can do it. You've just seen how easy it is. Just go out, get busy. Take care.